Now you can have your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor, or you can lengthen your legs out, whatever feels more comfortable for your back. Debs, it might be more comfortable for you with your knees bent, but just notice how it feels. You've got a natural curve on the spine. And then just feel yourself start to settle down into the support beneath you. So you can feel the back of your head, your shoulders, your bum cheeks, all the way down towards the feet. And then I want you to close your eyes and just start to focus on relaxing through the face. So we relax our forehead, our eyes are just gently closed, no tension in the corners of the eyes, no tension in the point between the eyes. And then we come down over our cheeks. And then have your lips slightly parted, so there's no tension in the jaw. Just gently make your lower jaw a little bit looser. And then you can even circle your lower jaw down a little bit, or gently move it from side to side, just releasing any tension. Particularly in the mornings, we often clench our jaw when we're sleeping at night. It might evoke a yawn in you, that's perfectly fine, it always does me. And that's just another way to release tension. And then just bring your jaw to stillness again with the lips slightly parted. And just feel the tension ebbing away from the jaw. You come down the hollow of the throat, and then make sure that your shoulders are pulled all the way down away from your ears. And then let the back of the shoulders just naturally fall down towards the floor. Arms away from the body, palms upwards if that's comfortable in a receptive gesture. And then check that you're lying evenly from left to right, from top to bottom. So your shoulders are in line, your hips are in line, your knees and your feet are in line. If you've got your knees bent, you can gently just have the knees touching each other, so you're not having to hold on to any tension in the legs, and just propping each other up there, and you can just feel any tension coming out of your thighs, out of your legs, all the way down your calves, past your ankles to your feet. And then feel yourself just settling into the stillness, just taking a moment to check in with how your body feels today. Be aware of any niggles, any aches or pains you might have, how your breath feels, just your natural breath, and also how your mind feels. And if your mind is a little bit busy with things going on, just gently bring it back to follow the sound of my voice, and bring awareness to your breath, just flowing in and out through your nostrils. And just watching your breath now, so feel the breath come in through both of your nostrils as you softly inhale, and then feel it gently going out through both of your nostrils. So it's just your natural breath, drawing energy into the body as you're breathing in, and as you exhale, you're letting go. So you're going to breathe at the length of your breath, not trying to match it to my words. And notice on each exhale, you can feel your body just let go a little bit more, letting go of any tension, any stress, any tiredness. And again, just being aware of how your body feels. We're going to gradually come into our three-part breath. So we're going to start to expand our belly as we breathe in, drawing the breath all the way up behind the ribs, up into the chest, and then as you exhale, through the nostril, you feel your chest go down, your ribs come back, your belly come down. So you breathe in, expanding your belly like a balloon, drawing the breath all the way up into the chest, and then you're exhaling down. So you're going to continue with this longer breath, not forcing it, not trying to breathe matching my words. You're going to just gently lengthen the breath as you come up, and then lengthen it as you let go. And just to help you make your inhale and your exhale the same length, try and count up 1, 2, 3, 4 as you breathe in, and then exhale and count backwards. And just notice how your body feels as you're drawing more energy into the body. You're then allowing your body to send that energy wherever it is needed today. And then as you exhale, you're feeling your body relax. You're feeling your muscles relax. All of your focus, all of your awareness, just on your breath. Lovely. On your next exhale, we're going to softly open your eyes, taking your gaze up towards the ceiling. We're going to continue with that long expanding breath with the long exhale all the way through the class. You're going to bend your knees, place your feet flat on the floor, and just have your knees now in line with your hips so your knees aren't touching. You're going to draw your left knee in towards you, just linking your hands together over your knee and just pull that knee in towards the chest. Take a deep breath in here, and as you exhale, just gently circle round through that ankle. Just getting some movement in the foot and the ankle, and then take the circle back round in the other direction. Lovely. We're going to lengthen that leg up towards the ceiling. So as you lengthen it up, I want you to point your toes up towards the ceiling. Now it's not about how far back the leg comes, it's how straight it is. So as you straighten it up, you'll start to feel that tension in the back of your thigh. Just place a hand on each side of your thigh for a little bit of support and really stretch all the way through the front of the foot as you push your toes up towards the ceiling. And then you're going to change it and push your heel up towards the ceiling and feel the stretch change down the calf, again down the back of the leg. And we're not pulling the leg, it's not shaking or wobbling, we're just holding it at the edge of the stretch. And you're taking a deep breath in, focusing your awareness on that tension in the back of your thigh. And as you exhale, feel it gently soften and relax. And again, take a nice deep breath in from the hip all the way up the back of the leg to the heel. And then exhale. We're going to bring our left ankle down onto our right thigh and then place our right hand on our inner thigh and just open that knee out to the side. So we've got just a figure of four position here. You're going to gently just apply a little bit of pressure to your inner thigh, noticing how that feels. If you need a deeper stretch here, you can lift your right leg off the floor, drawing it in towards you. The stretch will go more towards your bum cheek, your outer thigh, but wherever it feels right for you. Try and hold the leg still, make sure your right knee isn't collapsing out to the side. Keep the knee pointing up towards the ceiling. And then you're going to take both of your arms out T-shaped, palms down on the floor, just at shoulder height, not hunching in the shoulders. And then keeping your left ankle on your knee, I want you to slowly bring your left knee down towards the floor on the left, just rolling through the right foot. And you don't have to come all the way down to the floor, your shoulders stay anchored on the floor, and you just feel a slightly deeper stretch, and you might feel a stretch in your waist down the right side of the body, just coming to wherever it feels right for you. Making sure you're not twisting in the ankle or bending in the ankle here. Using your hands for support, keeping the shoulders down and breathing all the way through that lovely twist in the waist. Take a nice long breath in here, expanding the belly, drawing the breath all the way up into the chest before slowly exhaling out. Now press down into those hands, engage your core as you draw the legs back up towards the centre, and then you're going to place your left foot down on the floor. Just going to do the same on the other side. So first of all, we hug our right knee in towards us, pulling that knee in towards the chest, feeling that lower back press down into the floor. Left knee going straight up towards the ceiling, and then we circle through the ankle on the right. Just getting a little bit of movement there. And then taking those circles back round in the other direction. Lovely, we're going to lengthen this leg all the way up towards the ceiling, and as we lengthen it up, get the leg as straight as possible, hand on each side of the thigh, pointing your toes up towards the ceiling, noticing that tension in the back of your thigh, not letting your left knee fall out to the side, and just holding the leg still here. Again, breathing in all of your awareness on that tightness in the back of your leg, not tensing in the shoulders, and then exhaling out and feeling that tension ease slightly. You're going to push your heel up towards the ceiling, notice the change in the stretch, feeling it more down the back of the calf. Again, if your leg shakes or wobbles, just take it slightly further away from you, just holding it still, breathing through the stretch here. We hold for one more breath, and then as we exhale, we slowly bring the right ankle down, this time onto the left thigh. Pushing our right hand onto our right inner thigh, we find our figure of four position, feeling that stretch around the hips, around the pelvis. Just applying that little bit of pressure, or you can lift up your left leg, drawing it in towards you if you want a deeper stretch, but whatever feels right for you. And again, making sure your face is still relaxed, your neck, your shoulders, just gently warming up our joints. Arms out to the side, T-shaped, our palms go down, relaxed in the neck and shoulders, and then slowly roll through your left foot, bringing your right knee down towards the floor. Doesn't have to touch the floor, just feeling that stretch down the waist, just allowing the weight of that leg to come over towards the side. If at any point you do anything that doesn't feel comfortable for you, just come back towards the centre. It's all about finding the right position for you, keeping the shoulders anchored down, and try not to hold yourself here. Try and just find that position where you can gently release into it. Long, slow breath, expanding that belly, drawing it all the way up into the chest, before we exhale and slowly let go. Pressing into the hands, we draw through the core, and on our inhale, we bring the knee back up towards the centre, and then we gently just bring that opposite leg down towards the floor. You're going to roll over onto your side and just push yourself up onto all fours, coming into a tabletop position. And from here, we want our wrists under our shoulders, we want our knees under our hips, and then we draw up through the belly, getting that nice flat back to start with. Making sure you're spreading your weight all the way through your hands. You press through the wrists, the pads of the hands, and then really grip with the fingers. Remember, it doesn't matter if your hands aren't completely flat, it's better to spread the weight. And then press the floor away by pressing into the tops of the feet, drawing up through the navel, and starting in that nice flat back. Try not to drop the head down, try and keep the neck an extension of the spine, and just look at the mat and the space between the hands. We're going to come into a little cat-cow here. So as I inhale, I push my belly down, I lift my hips up behind, and I gently just look forwards, lengthening through the neck. And then as I exhale, I draw up through the belly, chin towards the chest, press everything down into the floor. Inhaling, coming forwards, lengthen through the front, not collapsing in the neck and shoulders. And then as we exhale, rounding all the way through. So you're going to continue breathing like this at the length of your breath. The belly comes down, the hips come up as you inhale and look forwards. And as you exhale, you draw through, pressing into the hands, pressing into the feet, rounding through the back. We're going to do this another couple of times each way. Nice and controlled, really feeling each individual little vertebrae of the spine. Wonderful. You're going to do this one more time, doesn't matter which way, and then just come back to your neutral spine. You're going to take your knees a little bit wider than your hips now and just touch your big toes together. You're going to slowly start to push your bottom back towards your heels. You can bring your forearms down to the ground. Have a little rock side to side here, just gently letting yourself settle down, and then bring your hands just under your head. Your elbows are further back than your shoulders, and you're just going to bring your forehead down to your hands, and then relax the elbows wider, draw the shoulders down away from the ears, and feel yourself open out all the way through the spine. So, as we breathe in, we're still expanding our belly, drawing it down towards the floor, opening out across that lower back. And then as we exhale, we feel ourselves soften down fully into the support beneath us. Take a nice long breath in here, drawing that breath all the way up to the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, release from the crown of the head all the way down to the tip of the tailbone. Lovely, I'm going to press into those hands, I'm going to lift up, keep your bottom back towards your heels and stretch your arms out in front. I'm going to come up on my fingertips and lengthen through the chest, and then as I exhale, I plant my hands down. Good, take a deep breath in, stretch up. We're going to walk our hands over towards the left. So our bottom stays back. You can bring your forearms down for support if you want, or you can even bring your head all the way down, wherever it feels right for you, and really feel that lengthening through the side of the body. Take a nice long breath in here, and exhale. Lovely, plant those hands down. As we inhale, we come up and walk back towards the centre. We're just going to go over to the other side. Again, finding where it feels right for you, lifting up and extending if you want, drawing your chest down towards your knee, using your forearms for support if you want, or keeping up on your little spidey fingers. That's not a yoga term. Take a deep breath in here. And exhale. Lovely. Plant those hands down. Let's lift up. Come all the way up towards the centre. You're going to bring your weight forwards. Come back into your tabletop position. Just drawing those knees back underneath your hips. So finding that nice flat back, we draw up through the navel. And then we're just going to do a little bit of work here activating our core. So we're going to take our right arm straight out in front, and as we do that, nothing else moves. As you exhale, you gently bring it down again, just the arms to begin with. Left arm goes straight out in front. As you lengthen the arm out in front, try and engage through the core, and then exhale and bring that down. Same with the hand again. Our right arm comes out in front. Try and keep your gaze towards the mat. And then you exhale and down. Good. Opposite side. We lengthen out. Exhale and down. Wonderful. We're going to do the same with the legs. So this time, we take our right leg straight out behind. Toes to the floor. Push away with the heel. And then exhale and bring that down. Same on the other side, our leg goes out. It doesn't have to come all the way to hip height, but try and avoid tilting over, exhaling down. So imagine you've got a cup of tea on your back and you don't want to spill it. You take your right leg straight out, exhaling down. One more time, lengthening all the way out. Exhaling down. Lovely. Back into a little child's pose again, but this time with our knees together, so our bottom goes back towards our hips. You can bring your forearms down. Now you can stack your hands and rest your head there, or you can bring your head all the way down towards the floor. Again, making sure that you're lengthening your shoulders away from your ears. They're not hunching up, so you can draw your elbows back behind your shoulders. Now as we're breathing in, we're still expanding our belly. We can feel it pressing into our thighs, opening out all the way through the spine, and exhale. Lovely. One more breath here, and exhale. Let's press into those hands. You're going to slowly come forwards. Now this time we're going to do opposite arm to leg. Nice small movements, control. Draw up through that core. Press down into everything touching the mat. So we take our right arm and our left leg out in front and out behind, and then we slowly bring it down. We're not arching through the back stays flat. Left arm, right leg goes out in front. Keep your gaze down towards the mat, exhaling down. So grip with those fingers, press into the top of the foot as you do the opposite side, lengthening the chest away from the floor. Last time, all the way up. Exhaling down. Lovely. Now from our tabletop position, you're going to take your hands, another handspan further forwards. So now your wrists are in front of your shoulders and you're going to tuck your toes. I want you to slowly, just gently rock backwards and forwards, and we're going to prepare for a little downward dog. So tucking the toes, pressing into the fingertips, and just starting to feel the movement. Now, from here, we start to lift our knees, our tailbone goes up towards the ceiling, and we push our head back between our elbows. You then slowly lower one heel down towards the floor, followed by the other, allowing your head to drop down, and really feel that opening in the back. Good. Lowering your heels to wherever is comfortable for you, and really pulling up through the navel. Good. Take a nice long breath in here. And exhale. Come down onto the knees. Push back into an active child's pose. So our bottom goes back towards our heels. This time our arms stay out and stretched. Good. Have a little circle round through the wrists. Sometimes that's the first thing to go. Lovely, let's stretch those hands forwards. We're going to do a downward dog again. So pressing into those fingertips, we bring our weight forwards. Toes are tucked. We lift our knees. We allow our tailbone to come high, and then our head drops down between our elbows. Slowly straightening through the legs, you drop your heels down towards the floor. Good. Now really strengthen all the way up through that core, relaxing in the neck and shoulders. Your head is loose and dangling between your arms. We take another deep breath in here and exhale. Now we're going to bend our knees and start to walk our feet up towards our hands, just coming into a little dangle at the front of the mat. So as we walk our feet up, we line them up hip distance apart, bending the knees and allowing our rib cage to just fold over our thighs. Letting your arms dangle down towards the floor, let your head relax, press through each individual toe, press all the way through the legs. We're going to come up to standing using our legs to power us up. So as we inhale, we scoop the arms forwards, lengthening all the way through the spine. Wonderful. Palms come together, down in front of the heart space. Good. Take a moment here to just check in with your neutral spine. So our feet are planted down. Did you hear you going down the dog? Sorry, I should have given you a soft warning. So really lift your toes up, spread them out, and then press each of your toes down. Notice how it feels having the weight spread all the way through your feet. A little bend in the knee, we don't want to lock them out, and that tailbone we want to go down to the floor. For me, that means I need to tilt my pelvis through slightly, engaging through the core. Nice strong arms. Take a deep breath in, stretch up. Palms come together, down in front of the heart space. Good. We're going to inhale. You keep looking at me, but you take your arms up, stretch them up as straight as possible. Keep them up. Exhaling down. Good. Keep pressing through those feet as we lengthen through the arms. A little side bend to the left. So lean over towards the left. The legs don't change. Keep them a little bit bent in the knee. We come up towards the centre, and then you slowly come over to the other side, and you're pulling your fingertips away from you. Lovely. Inhale up towards the centre, and then cactus arms. So draw your elbows down in line with your shoulders. Lovely. Inhale, stretch up. This time look up. Look up towards your fingertips, and then bring them down in front of the heart space. Good. We're going to inhale, lift up and look up, stretching up, holding it here. So drop the shoulders down away from the ears, engaging through your glutes, lengthening through the front of your thighs, opening your heart space towards the ceiling. We take one more breath in, and then as we exhale, we straighten and bring the hands down. Good. We're going to step back for a high lunge, so our left leg is going to come back. Toe goes down, heel goes down, everything facing forwards. Now, we very often have our heel in a little bit at the back, so make sure it's in line. Unfortunately, when you look down, you will fall over. So, palms come together in front, push back into that back heel. Now, really push this front hip forwards. Push back into the back heel, lengthen all the way through. We press everything down, we squeeze everything in. Take a deep breath in, stretch up, and then exhale, take both arms out in front. So lengthen away with your arms. We're going to add a little twist to the right. So I slide my right hand along my arm, past my chest, and then I turn to the right wall, lengthening my right arm out. Both palms face down towards the floor. Now remember, you're drawing your knees, your inner thighs towards the centre of the mat, and try and look towards the right side of the room. Shoulders are dropped down. If at any point it gets too much with the arms, you can always bring them to your waist. Take a deep breath in here, and exhale. Good. Let's lift that arm up and over, big semicircle all the way through. Remember, your right knee is bent, press down through the feet. Good. Deep breath in, stretch up. Palms come together and down in front of the heart space. Wonderful. Take your arms out to the side, lengthen all the way through. You're going to lift up your back heel, and we're going to turn and face the left wall. And as we do that, we plant the heel down towards the centre of the mat. So now you've got one foot going across the mat. Your right foot is still pointing towards me. Right knee is bent over the ankle, so just bending the right knee, and then look towards your right fingertips.
Good, so I've got an opening in my front hip. I can feel my knee pointing towards my toes. I'm pressing into the outer edge of my back foot. So feel the strength in your warrior two. Sciatica or arms?
Arms.
Always got this option. Take a deep breath. It's the arms that go first, isn't it? One thinks yoga's easy. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Let's do a bit of movement in the arms. So straighten your front leg, lift the arms up. Exhale, bend the knee, come back down into your warrior two. So slow and controlled, pressing through the ground as we lengthen up. Don't snap out the knee. Exhale and down. Good, one more time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale and down. Perfect. Okay, we're going to come into an extended side angle. So you're going to bring your front hand down to your front thigh. You're going to turn your back hand over, and then you're going to reach all the way up. So your chest, your shoulders, everything facing the left side of the room, and reach your left fingers up towards the ceiling, pressing into the outer edge of your back foot. Now watch that front knee, make sure it hasn't wandered towards the arch of your foot. We want it leaning towards your toes. Take a nice deep breath in here and exhale. Lovely. Now press into those feet. We're going to use your core, use your arm to come all the way up into your warrior two. As you lengthen out, look towards your right fingertips. Lovely. Now, your left arm is going to come round your back. You're just going to place your forearm across your lower back or across your bum if you've got any issues with your shoulder, but pull this shoulder back. You turn your right palm upwards and we're going to reverse our warrior. So the legs stay where they are. I'm looking at my fingertips and I'm going to scoop the fingertips up towards the ceiling, and as I do that I lean back slightly, opening through the chest. Good, keeping the right knee bent, keep pressing into that back foot, lengthening all the way through. Wonderful. Now it might feel tighter breathing here. Focus on long, slow breaths. On your next inhale, come forwards, lengthen all the way through. Both arms come out and look towards your right fingertips. Wonderful. Now we go into a warrior one. So bring both of your hands forwards. Turn your hips, turn your shoulders towards me, towards the short edge of your mat. Lift your arms up above the head. Good, take a deep breath in here. Our palms come together and down in front of the heart space. We're going to step back up to the front of the mat. You can do a couple of little steps or one big one, whatever feels best for you. Take a deep breath in, stretch up, look up. Hold it here. Exhale, relax the shoulders down, engaging through the glutes, the core as we lengthen. And then on our next exhale, we bring the hands down, we bring the head down. We're going to do the same on the other side. So nice and slow strengthening today. We step back with our right foot, toes go down, heels go down. We bend our left knee. Good. Just have a little check in with your feet if at any point you want to have a look. That is the only way to do it as well. So bending our front knee, we want it over the ankle. We all go a little bit wobbly. Remember, we press everything down. We squeeze everything in. Just squeeze everything around here is the general rule. Take a nice long breath in and exhale. Good. We're going to inhale, stretch up with the arms. Exhale and down. Good. This time we're going to stretch up, look up. Exhale and down. Lovely. This time we're going to stretch up and then take the arms all the way out in front, reaching away with the fingertips. We're going to add our little twist. So this time we turn to the left. We slide our hand along our arm. We gently go past the chest. The arm goes out behind, palms go down, relax the shoulders. Keep the left knee bent, and remember we're squeezing our inner thighs towards the centre of the mat. We're pressing everything down, looking towards the left side of the room. Big semicircle back to the front as we reach up, come over. Perfect. Lift the arms all the way up. Palms down in front of the heart space. Wonderful. Lift the arms up. Take them out to the side. Perfect. Lift up your back heel. All the way up, we're going to turn to the right, so I drop the heel towards the side of the mat. I gently make sure I'm facing the right side of the room, but then I just turn my head towards my left fingertips. Have a check-in with your knee. We want it over the ankle, so our thigh, our calf, our foot all in line. You'll feel an opening in the hips here. If you want to adjust the length of your feet, that's fine. Pressing into the little toe side of your right foot. Feel the strength here in the glutes, the thighs, the core, definitely the arms. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale. A little bit of movement. So straighten the front leg, lift the arms up, look up. Exhale, nice and slow down. And again, arms wide, we come up. Exhale and down. We're just going to do that one more time. So we lift all the way up. Exhale and down. Good. Hold it here. Getting ready for our extended side angle. We bring our left hand down to our front thigh. You turn your chest towards the right side of the room, and then your right arm comes up and over. So think of a diagonal between the tips of your fingers and the outer edge of your back foot. Your chest doesn't collapse over, you keep pulled back with the shoulder. Left knee stays bent, pointing towards the toes. Don't let it wander towards the arch of the foot. One more breath in here. Good. Now press everything down. Draw the arm up, back into your warrior two as we lengthen out. Looking towards your left fingertips. Left knee stays bent. You're going to bring your right arm just gently round the back of your waist. I very often cheat and tuck my hands in my waistband, whatever it feels like for you. Pulling back on that left shoulder, I turn my left palm over. I'm going to follow those fingertips as I reach forwards. Left knee stays bent and I reverse my warrior. So I'm opening my heart space up towards the ceiling. Front knee stays bent, the weight is even between both feet. Lengthening all the way through. Wonderful. Remember that breathing might be tighter. We're going to do one more breath here. Perfect. Let's inhale, come forwards as we lengthen all the way through. And exhale into a warrior one. So I'm going to bring my arm all the way around. I turn my shoulders, I turn my hips to face the short edge of the mat. I take a deep breath in, palms come together, and then down in front of the heart space. I'm going to step up to the front of the mat, one big step for a couple of little ones. Good. Have a little wiggle through the hips. Perfect. So let's just drop the arms for a minute. Press down through your feet again. So we want the feet hip distance apart. We want the feet so they're like railway tracks. Spread those toes and really feel the weight going all the way through. Each toe, the pads of the feet, the heels. We're going to come into a little chair pose. So this is going to work your thighs, it will work your bum, it will work your core. We want to keep our chest lifted. So hands at the side. Take a deep breath in, and as I exhale, I start to push my bottom out behind. But as I do that, I then tilt my pelvis underneath, and then I bend my knees. So what I don't want to do is just take my knees forwards. I want to take my bottom out behind, tilt the pelvis, so I'm really pulling through that navel, and then I start to go down towards the floor. So I can feel my weight now more in the heels of my feet. Good. You don't have to go very deep to be able to feel this, as you are all now noticing. We don't want to arch in that back. We want to really tuck that bottom underneath. Draw up through the core. Hands at the side. Good. Now if you want, you can link your hands together and you can bring them in front, wherever it feels best for you. Take a nice long breath in. And exhale. Good. We're going to inhale, straighten. Point your index fingers up, side bend to the left. Reaching over to the side. Good. Inhale up towards the centre, over towards the right. Good. Come up towards the centre, back into your chair. So you push your bottom out behind. Drop the arms down. Remember, you can just have your hands next to the side. Tilt that pelvis underneath. Pull through that navel. Try and avoid rounding in the shoulders. Lengthen the shoulders away from the ears. One more breath in here. And exhale. Good. come up. Side bend to the right. Got you, didn't it? Inhale up towards the centre. Side bend to the left. Good. Up towards the centre, back into your chair. Last one, I promise. Pushing the bottom away, tilting underneath. Nice long breath in. And exhale. Lovely. We're going to hold for one more breath. Perfect. Inhale, straighten up. Hands to the side of the body. Take another deep breath in, stretch up. Little forward fold. So you're going to reach forwards with the arms, bend in the knees, soften the stretch. Bring your rib cage down over your thighs and then let your head relax down towards the floor. If you want to straighten your legs here, you can, if there's no issues with your back or your hips. If not, keep that bend, relax the arms. Take a nice deep breath in here and exhale. Good. We're going to bend our knees, plant our hands. You're going to step back for a downward dog this time. So take one leg out, followed by the other. And this time we push our tailbone up towards the ceiling. We allow our heels to drop down towards the floor. And we open out in the shoulders. So draw through the navel, put those sit bones nice and high. Relax the head down, take a deep breath in. And exhale. Now you're going to roll forwards for a plank. So you lift up in the heels, you bring your weight forwards, and when you come forward, you're in a straight line, shoulders over the wrists. If you need to take your legs back longer, that's fine. And then you're going to drop your knees down for a half plank, top of the feet on the mat. So I want a straight line from the knees all the way up to the shoulders. If you find your bottom is sticking out a little bit, you can just take your hands forwards or your knees back. Don't allow your thighs to drop down. Squeeze your bottom, engage through the core, take a deep breath in here and exhale. Good, we're going to hold for one more breath, pressing into the top of those feet before we slowly lower down. So the elbows stay close to the body as you slowly lower down towards the mat. Gently coming down onto the floor, and then just take your arms wide. So I've got cactus arms. My elbows are in line with my shoulders, my forearms are at a right angle. Just rest your chin on the mat. I want you to have your feet so they're hip distance apart and press down into the tops of the feet. So we're just going to do a little Sphinx pose here, just a little bend for the lower back, being mindful of your spine. If at any point anything feels uncomfortable, obviously don't do it. So I press into the top of the feet and my knees lift up slightly. I then push my thighs and my pelvis down into the mat while squeezing my bum. From here, I then engage my core, and then I'm going to roll my shoulders back and down. I press into my forearms and I start to lift up in the chin, lifting up in the chest, but keeping my gaze down. So I don't want to drop my head all the way back, and I want you to think of lengthening through the belly, up into the chest, just looking forwards. So the glutes are engaged, the pelvis is pressed down. Breathe. Exhale and slowly bring the right side of your head down to the mat. Let your heels drop out, have a little wiggle in the lower back, in the hips. We're just going to do that one more time. So bring the heels in, press into the top of the feet, rest your chin on the mat in front. Roll the shoulders back and down, press through the thighs, press through the pelvis, squeeze your bum, squeeze your belly. Roll the shoulders back as you press into the forearms, lengthening up through the spine, looking forwards, straight line from the crown of the head all the way down the spine. We hold for one more breath, and then we exhale and the left side of our head just comes down to the mat. Let your heels fall out to the side. Give me a little wobble side to side, nice deep breath in, and exhale. Good. You're going to bring your hands now back in line with your chest. Tucking your toes, we're going to push back up into a downward dog.
Now try not to swing the chest, try and push the tailbone high, engaging through the core. So you come up onto your knees, lifting up nice and strong, keeping it slow. Push your bottom back towards your heels into an active child's pose. From here, you then come forwards and back up into your downward dog. Lifting the knees, taking the tailbone high, allowing the head to drop down. If you need to adjust your feet, adjust your feet. Squeeze those elbows towards each other, opening out in the shoulders. Take a nice long breath in here. And exhale. Good, and again, one more breath in. And then as we exhale, we come down onto our knees, top of the feet on the mat, and then just push back into a child's pose. Lengthening through the spine, bringing your forehead either to your hands or to the mat, whatever feels more comfortable for you. Just easing off in the back after that little back bend we've just done. Expanding the belly, opening all the way through. And exhale. Lovely. You're going to bring your weight forwards and you're going to come down onto your back. So coming down onto your back, just bring it so your feet are towards me. Your head is at the back of the mat. We're going to finish with a little bridge before we do our final stretches and then the good bit. So feet flat on the floor, knees are bent. So have your heels in line with your hips. So walk your feet in so your heels are in line. Contrary to what we think, our hips are not at the edge of the mat. And then I want you to walk your heels in towards your bottom. So I come up on my toes and then kind of wiggle my feet back, getting my heels in nice and close. So my hands are going to go on the floor next to me, palms upwards. We're not using our hands to push here. Now before we do anything, what I want you to do is tilt your pelvis. So I tilt my pelvis up towards the ceiling, and as I do that, I squeeze my pelvis, I squeeze my belly, and I can feel my lower back press down into the floor. I'm pressing all the way down through my feet. So in a bridge pose, we want to make sure that everything is active around our back, from our thighs to our glutes to our core. At no point should you feel this in your lower back. If at any point you do, come back down to the mat, rest there, or give me a shout and we can go through it in more detail. So with that pelvis tilted, I want you to start to squeeze your bottom, press into your feet, and as you do that, lift your hip bones up towards the ceiling. And as you do that, you feel your weight pushing back onto your shoulder blades. You almost feel like you're going to push back off the mat. But I want a straight line from your knees all the way down the front of your thighs, your belly, your chest to your shoulders. Don't look towards your knees, look straight up towards the ceiling. So you will feel this in your thighs. I want you to really squeeze through the thighs, press into those heels. Squeeze your bottom so you're engaging your glutes, you're engaging your core and pushing those hip bones up. Your neck and shoulders are relaxed. Your chest comes up towards your chin, but your chin goes up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in here. And exhale. Good. You're going to lift your heels up and then slowly roll your bottom back down to the ground. Vertebrae by vertebrae comes down. Your bottom comes down to the ground, and then you hug one knee in towards the chest, followed by the other. Okay, little rock side to side. Just ease off in that. We're going to do that one more time. So, feet on the floor, heels in line with the hips, get those heels nice and close towards the bottom. Start with that tilted pelvis, so your lower back is pressed down into the floor. Engage through the core, keep looking directly up towards the ceiling. Arms are relaxed at the side of the body. Squeeze through the bottom, squeeze through the core, and then press into those heels, activating all the way up through the thighs. Feel your weight pushing up onto your shoulder blades as your bottom lifts up off the floor, pushing it all the way through, really digging in through those heels. Good, so straight line from knees all the way up to the chest. Nice long breath in here. And exhale. Try and squeeze your knees towards each other, not touching, but not going out to the side. We hold for one more breath. Good. Lift the heels. Slowly roll down, vertebrae by vertebrae, allowing your bottom, the last thing, to come down. Hug one knee in towards the chest, followed by the other, and gently rock side to side. Well done. Take both of your feet up towards the ceiling. Point your toes towards the ceiling. Feel that stretch down the back of the leg. Just have a hand on each side of your outer thighs. And then gently push your heels up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. Direct that breath, that awareness, that energy towards that tension in the back of your thighs. And exhale. Good. Bring one foot down towards the floor, followed by the other. You're going to lengthen one leg out, followed by the other, and bring your hands to the side of the body. Take a deep breath in and lift the arms up and over the head as you point your toes. Full body stretch. Exhale and bring that down. I'm going to do that one more time. So I point my toes, I lift my arms up and over, pull away with the fingers. And then exhale and down. Lovely. We are going to get ready for our Shavasana. So I know it's quite warm, but having a blanket either gently over the top of you or even just behind your head can be quite nice. So your choice. I do have the little eye pillows, freshly zhuzhed. They've got essential oils on them, so if there's anything you're allergic to, use them. Was it? Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? When you're not in the direct sun, it can be a little bit chilly. So you're going to find your Shavasana. Now, Shavasana can be any position that you're comfortable in. In theory, it's lying on your back in corpse pose with your legs stretched out, but not everyone is comfortable like that. If you prefer to have your feet flat on the floor and your knees bent, also fine. Just try and take your feet a little bit wider and then let your knees drop in towards each other. It does feel a bit more comfortable on the lower spine, I tend to find, but I've got a wonky spine, so find where it feels right for you. You just want to be in a position where you can relax. You want to be in a position where you're not having to hold on to anything. And then you're just going to close your eyes, use your little eye pillow if you want. And then feel yourself start to just settle into the mat. So feel the back of your head just resting gently on the mat. Feel your shoulders start to drop down towards the mat. Feel your face completely relax. And also, whereas before we've kind of been controlling our breath, now you're just going to come back to your natural breath. So you're going to let your body just breathe for you as it does all day. And just feeling yourself settling in, and notice how supported you feel. The ground beneath you. Adjusting anything you need to adjust before we can really settle into the stillness. Just take your time to get it right. There's no way to do this wrong, it's however it feels right for you. And then once you're there, all tucked in, safe and snuggled up, just take a moment to ask yourself, is there anything I could do to feel more cosy? And if anything comes to you, you upgrade to it. If not, you just feel yourself begin to let go into that beautiful support and comfort. Supported by the solid ground beneath you. Allowing you to just surrender to gravity. You're letting go of all doing. There is nothing you need to do in this moment. Nothing you need to think about, nothing you need to do. You can focus on just being. And if thoughts do start to pop in and out of your mind again, just gently sweep them to the side, giving yourself permission to take these few moments just for yourself. And settle into the stillness. Begin to feel your shoulders relax, your neck relax,
Your arms and hands relax. Your back relax. Your hips, your legs, your feet, your whole body letting go into the steady support. Knowing you can move anytime you like, but it feels so good just to be held here in this steady support for a while and enjoy the non-doing. Your body is resting, and we begin the process of just becoming aware of our senses and then letting them rest too. So just be aware of any scent in the room. Noticing any scent, it might be on your clothes, it might be on your hair. Just notice the scent within your nostrils and then allow your sense of smell to rest. Moving our awareness onto visualization. In your mind, picture the room that you're in, the ceiling, the walls, visualizing your body lying on the floor. And then allow your sense of sight to rest. Feel the texture of any props that you're using, soft or hard, the texture of your clothing, smooth or rough, the surface beneath you, and then allow your sense of touch to rest. Be aware of any sounds, they be far away or closer, just noticing the sounds, not trying to label them. And then be aware of the closest sound, the sound of your body breathing. And then let your sense of hearing rest. And with a detached awareness, just allow yourself to follow the sound of my voice. Moving your awareness into your body, we're going to sweep our awareness around the body for a rotation of consciousness. Just beginning with awareness on the right side of the body, on your right hand thumb. Sweep your awareness over to your index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, right wrist, right lower arm, right elbow, right upper arm, right shoulder. Moving over to the left side of the body, your left hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, left wrist, left lower arm, left elbow, left upper arm, left shoulder. A steady awareness moving up to the crown of the head, sweeping down to the forehead and then to the right temple, left temple, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, the centre of the eyebrows, right eye, left eye, right ear, left ear, right cheek, left cheek, right nostril, left nostril, upper lip, lower lip, chin, throat centre, right collarbone, left collarbone, right side of the chest, left side of the chest, heart centre, navel,
lower abdomen, and then move your awareness all the way back up to the crown of your head, moving down to the back of the head, back of the neck, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, upper back, middle back, lower back, right hip, right thigh, right knee, right lower leg, right ankle, right heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Steady awareness moves over to the left hip, left thigh, left knee, left lower leg, left ankle, left heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Be aware of the whole right side of your body. Be aware of the whole left side of the body. And then be aware of your whole body together. The whole body together. And then you're going to move your awareness just up to your heart centre. Become aware of your heart centre. Feeling your body breathing. Feeling your chest gently rising and falling with each breath. Noticing the weight of any clothing or blankets on your chest. Noticing the texture of anything that's touching you. Picturing in your mind the room that we're in. Taking a deep breath in and noticing any scent in the room. And then as our relaxation just comes to an end, I want you to just make some small movements in your body, bringing your awareness back throughout your body, maybe your toes, your fingers. And rock your head from side to side. Keeping your eyes closed. You can even hug your knees into your chest or stretch your body out as long as you can. Whatever feels nice. And then you're going to slowly just roll over onto your right side. Just taking a few breaths here, awareness coming back into your day. Holding any sensation of steadiness, support or comfort, taking it into the rest of your day with you. And then there's no rush, but you're going to slowly push yourself up to a seated position, keeping your eyes closed. Just sitting however is comfortable for you, raising the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Just drop your chin down towards your chest. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, softly open your eyes, bringing your gaze back into the room. Place your hands at the side of your hips. You're going to lift your arms up, lift your gaze up as you breathe in, stretch up. Exhale and down. Let's do that one more time. Deep breath in, stretch up.